What's up, everybody? Welcome to my GT Fantasy Racing League. I keep track of the points. I update them in the description for the videos very shortly after I upload them. I've gone through like some really rigorous testing as to figure out how to make the computer pretty competitive yet fair, and I've done some modifications so all of my opponents either have low RPM or mid RPM turbos on them, and I have just a natural aspirated engine. So I have a little less power, because what happens halfway through the race when you're playing the computer is it automatically adjusts to your lap time so that you can catch up. So I also start my guy at the front of the pack because it makes the competitors faster, believe it or not. So everybody passes me in every single race pretty much at the first corner, or if there's a long straight, and I spend half of the race chasing the pack up to third position, and then I spend that last half of the race chasing first. So it's pretty good. Alright, I'm going to concentrate and start racing here. Also, for anybody who's wondering, I have 27 scheduled races. I think this is the 10th one, so there's another 17 to go after this. So the point system is based on the F1 point system. Everybody has a teammate, the points are accumulated, and that's how I get the constructors points put together. The last races of the season will be a driver's championship, and whatever points they have before that race is where they will stand on the grid at the starting of the race. And the way I have these set up is every 5 races I calculate the team scores, and that repositions them on the grid. I don't do it every race, just because it's a lot and there's a little bit more consistency with points and teammates and stuff like that. It took me a long time to be able to match the PC opponents together so that the points would stay competitive and it wouldn't just be a blowout. I have car collision penalties turned on as well for the first time in the series, and mechanical damage set to heavy. And the highest that I can get the challenge was intermediate on the scale that it gives you before you go to race. But I do have my settings on hard, and in the custom race menu I have it set to professional. So I have everything bumped up as much I can to create as much a challenge as possible. Or else you just spend the last half of the race in front of everybody, and it's really boring. Also, like, super unrealistic. All the opponent names, if you guys are wondering, it might obviously seem pretty random to you guys, but they're all members of my family. So it actually makes the race a lot more fun. I got my brother-in-laws on here, I got my sister, got a couple uncles, a lot of cousins. So it's just a lot of fun. I'm also not sure how you guys would feel about race commentary throughout the entire thing. It might just be annoying. For anybody thinking about getting VR, it took me a long time to get used to it. I was really disheartened when I first got it because my first race I didn't last 2 laps and I had to take it off and I felt really sick. And I tried again and I got sick immediately and I probably didn't touch it for months. And it's probably after some experience with some other VR games like Beat Saber and some shooting games where I finally got used to it a little bit and started getting back into VR sim racing slowly. Try to get 2 laps under my belt, try to get 1 lap in the Nürburgring under my belt. And eventually was able to do 10 minutes, then 20 minutes, then 40, and then I think my longest one was about an hour and a half, which is pretty tough. But a key was definitely having a loose strap on the headset so I don't feel like there's a face hugger on me the entire time, and comfortable seating position. I calculate the laps for each race based off of a minimum of 120 kilometers. So I divide 120 by the length of the track, and that tells me how many laps I have to put in for the race. And it ends up being anywhere between 45 minutes to 50 minutes. If you base it off of 100 kilometers, it'll take you anywhere between 35 minutes and 40 minutes if you're doing it with the radicals. Lost it. I like to have the fuel and the tires set up so that they need to be changed at least once per race. It's a little bit more. It's a little bit more directed towards how F1 does things, minus the refueling, but B-Can, B-Styles, no relation. B-Styles, B-Styles, father-son. P-Styles being the dad. Oh, got Ferrari battling with McLaren. Tyler, who's usually found at the front of the pack. Peace. McLaren worked their way up the points, past Aston Martin, and Williams worked their way from the back of the pack, the back 10 to the front 10 after the first 5 races. So there was some movements on the grid after the first European tour. This is the last race of the second European tour. We'll be in Asia next, and then the Americas to finish it off, and then back to Europe for the grand finale. There we go. I gotta do a fuel strategy here so I don't burn out my tires before I have to do a pit stop. Team Red Bull with a hefty lead right now in points. Followed by Ferrari. Not a very close second, but that can definitely change in the next 15 races. Lots of room for error. Sun's going down. Oh, we're losing it. We're losing it. think we have Mercedes, Red Bull, and Ferrari at the front of the pack right now. I'm driving for Team Red Bull. I am paired up with my wife Colleen, who's driving for Team Red Bull. Mercedes is my son and my daughter. Ferrari is my brother-in-law and my sister. Aston Martin is my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law. Williams is an uncle and a cousin. McLaren is two uncles. AlphaTauri is a couple. Sauber is my twin cousins. Oh man, I need to change these tires. Sorry, boys. T. Mullen, I think he's third in the standings overall for drivers as far as points go. It's me, Colleen, and then T. Mullen has been scoring most of the points for Ferrari. I think he's got a couple fastest laps as well. Up in fourth, eh? Tires are really taking a beating here. Come on. Oh no. Huge component I've been missing out on with the mechanical damage set to heavy. Really changes how you have to race. Makes sense. I've just never had it on before because I'm not that brave. But starting to get more comfortable with how these races are turning out, and I want to add a little bit, an extra element of challenge. So I also never do nighttime races, so this is new as well. I put it to sunset and I put the time to ×3, I believe. So the sun went down in the first half of the race. Adjusting the backrest there. I also like to time my pit stop when the computer goes to pit as well. That way I don't get like this huge lap advantage. Because I'm running a naturally aspirated engine and they're running turbos, they run out of fuel faster than I do. So I'd be able to get an extra, usually 3 to 4 laps more than they get before having to go into the pits. So I've made sure to offset that by putting the tire degradation up to ×8. So I end up going into the pits when they go into the pits. Keeps things on an even playing field. I also have a couple rules that I like to abide for just myself. If I smash somebody in order to get position, I'll give the position back. It's not really about racing, it's about clean racing. It's definitely not about winning, because if it was about winning, you just put it to easy. It's more about the experience. Catch up to my Red Bull partner here, support them and get those points stacked up. Would love a new set of tires right about now, but it looks like the computer's going to push it a little bit more. We'll probably have 2 or 3 laps of fuel left in their tank, if I had to guess. There we go. We're sharking. also get a small advantage when I go into the pits at the same time as they do because I use less fuel. So it takes less time to get fueled up because I have more in the tank already. So I usually end up gaining 1 or 2 positions. That can be offset with the tires being changed. I have lost position before going into the pits and getting my tires changed. When pitting at the same time as everybody else. That mid-RPM turbo just getting away from me there. The CPU ends up making a lot of mistakes in the last couple laps of the race, giving you a lot of opportunity to pass them. They end up braking unnecessarily on a lot of the turns. Let's see how long this takes. I like to just get a full tank. That's new. Okay. Lost quite a few positions there. Play catch up here to brother-in-law number 1. Not sure what kind of fuel strategy they end up using, because I shouldn't be able to catch up to them that quickly, but after the first pit stop of any race, they really let you catch up to the front of the pack. And so that's why I keep it to a minimum of 1 pit stop. Definitely taken a lot of experimenting over these last 500 hours that I've put into the game, figuring out where that fine line is. Okay. Whew. I know that if I put my fuel strategy to 4, it'll match their speed, which would make me rely on their mistakes to pass them. But whoever's in first place will have their fuel strategy set to the highest. It'll be hard to catch up, it'll be even hard to pass them, and then it'll be even harder to keep pole position for those last couple laps. That's the fun part. That's the part that I like. Getting close. go. Oh, coming in too hot. More damage. Ooh, this headlight's in my rear view, that's cool. Those stars. Holy. Woo. Okay, let's see if I catch this turn properly this time. Oh, also to keep the challenge nice and high, I only ever use hard tires. The second you put medium or soft on here, you're blowing everybody out of the water, and you're spending the entire race by yourself at the front. So this is a lot more fun. It's a pretty big gap. There we go. Finally sticking to the tarmac a little bit. Gotta ride your brakes on that S-curve there. Here we go. I don't do any practice on the tracks before I do the race. Some of you might be saying, yeah, 500 hours, that's a lot of practice. Most of my racing has been done on the Nürburgring, and that's pretty much it. Well, and Sardinia, obviously, for the money grind. So if anyone's wondering, I actually purchased 20 radicals, did all the necessary upgrades to each of them, bought every single set of tires for each of them, well, the racing tires. That way I can have different weather conditions, instead of just selecting one make and model as my opponent, because then you can't customize the names. And if you're going to make a custom racing league, you may as well go all the way with it. I'm going to be doing the same thing with the Red Bull. It's like a junior F1 or something like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the Red Bull Competizione car. I'm going to buy 20 of those. And I'm probably going to do it with the F1s as well. That mid RPM turbo sneaking up behind me. It's really easy to get tricked into your opponent's braking point because they have a more powerful engine, so they have to brake a lot sooner. So I get the advantage of taking the brakes a bit later and getting a little bit of distance inside. But then as soon as we hit that apex and they're coming out of the corner, that's where I lose them. Like right here. Nice. Yeah, see, last couple laps, the computer starts hitting the brakes everywhere and a lot harder than they usually have to. And those will be the opportunities to pass them. Because if it's on the straight, they're just going to use all the power that they have. And they usually can't catch them. So I gotta wait for my sister Kayla here to make an error. Something like that. That's my son. Son of a me. Sorry, bud. There we go. Laps to go. Try to pass him on the next one and hold that position for no more than 1 or 2 laps, because if I pass them too early, they will definitely slipstream me and they'll lose the position. No doubt. Happens every race. That's why I come second all the time. Now I am learning my lessons. Ha. Oh. So I think their PP level, the power level, whatever they call it, is 720, and mine is just under 670. I think it's like 660 something. So it's not an astronomical difference in double P level, but it's obviously enough that on straights like this it's just impossible to catch up. So I really have to rely on good technique on my part and bad technique on my opponent's part. Now we're racing. Now we're racing. Here we go. And there they go. Woo-hoo! This is it. It's gonna come down to the last lap, boys. Oh shit. Oh. Here we go. Ooh, the tires are getting loose. Tires are getting loose. Here we go. Come on. Here we go. It's just me and you. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, I gotta block them here. Oh no, where are you going? Where are you going? Which way are you going? No, you don't. 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 Whoo! Whoo! Yeah! Haven't got one of those in a while. Haha. That was fun. Alright guys, keep joyriding. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Wow, that's a lot of position changes.